GAMBIT looking to stomp authority over this first map. ENTROPIG looking to put some pressure towards A early, but they've now turned it back into what is going to be a B play because they've got Crad over the top of construction and through the hole. Axel's head's down and now Shiro, and that's allowing the rotation.
Hobbit getting into position, but he's not going to be able to stop the bomb from crossing to the site, and he gets baited into the waiting arms of the T's.
And while looking at a 5 versus 3, ENTROPIG are feeling very good about this right now, especially with Crad playing towards Generator. Has just lost Elian. Crad able to swing out for that instantaneous reply from the strong position, and look at Nafny trying to get around the backside, trying to start the B-stairs play, and Nickelback really needed that one. Nafny comes in for the headshot, but there's still 2 more players to gleam. Crad was able to take Shiro down, and so Nafny now all alone in the world. Get towards the side, trying to pick them up, and just won't be able to do it. Forrester gets the pistol, and ENTROPIG have the first round of the grand final. If it connects onto Nafny's position, would remove him from the round, but unable to get it in position. 35 seconds, Hobbit now gets aggressive in towards short. He'll go down to Lackey, and that's at least drawing a kill back here for ENTROPIG. They're not pressured just yet. They're still just trying to take these kills, and so slowly as they move forward, they've pulled it back into a 3 versus 3. Shiro at position with the Deagle. There's no utility to try and smoke him off, so he's able to take fights, and Intros is taking the first on the Deagle. Lackey clears out. Axel, swing on from Lackey. That's a follow-up kill, and now just Shiro. 1 versus 2, the leading clutch player in the tournament, looking to do it again, but Elian brings him down. His counterpart on the other side of things is able to get the up on him. Yeah, Gambit just trying to pull them into the greatest opportunity possible for them to do some damage and clothesline them and have the majority of the players here. And with 30 seconds left, Inters gets flashed into the peak and it's worked out. Inters in with 2, Shiro with a follow-up, and then ENTROPIG are now down to 2 players. Their legs are swept from beneath them as Axel now trying to flank around the backside. Nickelback has got a double, but Axel's proactive play finds the kill that saves the round for Gambit. Oh, ENTROPIG, that is going to be a stinging round.
This is ENTROPIG trying to find a way to get that AWP into action. The boost could be good, and he gets that kill he was looking for.
He tries to get the second, but the head is just peeking over to the top. Inters realize he's just staying alive is so important here. He'll throw the smoke down and just play in behind it. Inters trying to just buy some time and information through the sound cue. Teammates starting to rotate over. He'll give away his position with a spam away. The sound cue is made and Crad will take him down, but Nafny to the side of the smoke just emerges with 2 kills and then dives back into the darkness. Crad with no real shot gets flanked by Hobbit, and Gambit close it with the weaker buy of ENTROPIG. They don't even get the bomb plant. Just great job there from Inters, making it uncomfortable, preventing that bomb plant coming through.
Crad was saying yesterday, after that 1v4 they conceded, they were a little bit shook by that. They think it actually affected them. But look at Nickelback sneaking up to B. Another kill onto this B site.
Yeah, he's just cracked it open, but there's a little gap for Axel to play with. And he's actually using the AWP in this round. Axel with a double off alongside Shiro. Really needs to start delivering because Crad is now out. Shiro has got that pick. And advantage sides of Gambit again. They've been so good on the retakes. Elian realizes we've got to win some rounds now. We've got to win some of these. And he's going to go and take some fights to try and bring the numbers down. He's holding them off as they come through construction. It's the rifles getting toppled, and Shiro just in with 1, but Lackey swings out for the reply. ENTROPIG finally on the board with another round win.
But now they're walking up B and there's no one here to spot them.
Well, Axel's playing from quad. He has a decent position with a distraction of construction, and Axel's going to peek out for 1. A second kill will knock him in from his rifle. Instead, it is Inters that assassinates Lackey from the round. A 4 versus 3, Gambit will hold the advantage, and Elian wants that kill back. The bomb is down in the open. Crad is down as well on that mid-flank, trying to get around the backside. They were so ready for it, and Gambit are just looking good. They've got all the players in the right spot, and ENTROPIG haven't even put the bomb down. Hobbit starting to flank around the B-stairs as well, and Elian just has so many angles to worry about. He's getting overrun, and will finally beat Domed. Gambit with a recovery round. They only lose 1 player.
This time he has come back in the nick of time, and he still has some nades to try and slow this.
Yeah, he's going to peek out into the B-stairs at the perfect time, commits to the spray. Comes away with 1 headshot elsewhere. Forrester's been able to remove Nafny, but it's all on Axel to try and hold the site. He just couldn't do it. Now Inters and Shiro into the 2v4. Now we have seen a lot of great retakes from them, but this round is just so difficult. What a shot from Shiro. So quick onto Crad. But ENTROPIG still have the player advantage. They still have the site. And so that is just worrying signs for Gambit, so they realize no retake will be happening. The save call has to be made.
They seem to realize that B site could be the weak spot.
Sneaky, sneaky, little tip of the barrel around the corner. Elian's been picked out, and Shiro's looking for the second kill. And oh, he gets caught. He gets bedded in. Good shots from Forrester in this round. They're not thinking about it. it is a pretty shallow boost. You have to let them go very wide, and that's exactly what we're talking about. Crad just cracking the head of Hobbit, and that might just quicken the pace here of Entropic, who have actually crept very close to the side. Gambit did not have that info, so rotations are slow. They haven't got the numbers back to this side of the map. Unfortunately for Nickelback, though, he just gets clotheslined by Inters, and they haven't been able to get onto the side. Flash is so good, and the aggression of Nafany through the smoke has caught Crad and the bomb that is now down in the open. For Entropic, it's time to pull it back in the 3v4. They've taken damage, and because of that, it's an easy pick on the Forrester through the boxes. And now Elian and Lackey have to do the almost unthinkable move of pulling back this 2v4. Lackey moves forward, gets triple peaked, and so 1-for-1 trade is immediately there. And Elian, as good as he is, this just isn't a round you can win. He's stuck towards short, and Gambit have the numbers. A good opening from Entropic, but Gambit, I thought the rotation was going to be slow. It was, but it's those little risk plays that they're willing to do, Hawker, that gets them those kills back.
They only have a couple of smokes remaining to try and get onto the site, though.
And they're turning this into just a quicker play. Now, once these smokes are down, you've just got to go. You've just got to try and open it up, but Inters and Hobbit are in good spots. Hobbit's boosted up. Shiro's been caught through the smoke by Elian. Fantastic shot out of him. But again, Gambit just don't really let them breathe. They don't let them have that space to feel comfortable to get the bomb down. They've also got to deal with Nafany towards short, and Elliot goes in for the fight, just can't land the shot. And because of that, Nickelback now alone in a 1 versus 4. And they spot him out. They know they've got him pinned in short. He doesn't have the bomb on his back. Gambit are going to go ahead and take 9 rounds in this first half. Their map pick looking strong for the most part. Again, Entropic. Crad is going to be holding up towards top ramp. Elian under a good bit of pressure in the pistol. Gambit trying a very quick round, but has been stifled here for Entropic. As they go forward, it's Forrester removing Axel. Shiro trying to get the trade kill, but he hasn't been able to do it. He hasn't been able to pull that kill back, but Nafany will. Problem is, the bomb's down at short, and Nafany's caught from behind. Entropic finding the crucial kills and have now put it into a winnable situation. It's just Inters left in a 1v3. But very good stuff from Entropic. A rapid rotation. And now a player down the bottom of the ladder. Crad is low. Just one bullet would do it. And Inters does bring Crad down. Now we can run up the ladder. He's going to pick out that sound cue. Surely Lackey just plays for info. You can concede the bomb plant. You would play the 2v1 together. But it depends if you can get the angle, if you can get in the drop on him. And Inters is holding the construction position. And Lackey in with a beautiful headshot. Saves the round for Entropic. But you definitely see a world in which Inters has a shot there.
Start to approach mid.
There's also a bit of a tech issue, I believe, for Gambit during that game as well that we have to remember. Crad swings into mid. Good kill on the MP9. Nickelback trying to help him out, but it has given a slight opportunity for Gambit to move around the back at CT, and now Nickelback is worried about 2 positions. He was worried about construction and CT, and they're able to crunch on him because of that. And that's given a crucial kill into Gambit's hands, as now it looks a 3v3 on the server, 59 seconds, and Lackey deploy to save the pistol. Let's see if he can have a step up here, and the answer's just no, because Axel brings him down. 2 kills for him, and Axel is just feeling everybody, but Forrester on the double, looks back in behind, and Forrester chops everybody down. Even the flank, he gets the right read, and it's just Forrester in these situations.
They still have to deal with Forrester, but they have a lot of nades to flush him out of this position, and there's no smokes for the CTs. It's not going to matter. They just take the fight.
Axel, great opening. That is what we're talking about. That Axel opening prowess, just cracking open for the execute and making that space for the side of Gambit. And now Lackey's under pressure to swing through as Nafany tries to transfer. His teammates come in with a follow-up kills, and Gambit will win a T round. Better already than their performance at the major. Gambit have just cleared out the sandbags, making it quite clear utility is being placed towards a potential A play. And Axel just right through the metal sheet has taken Forrester out, and that's given the advantage to Gambit. Elian's turn, another missed shot. You can't afford to miss shots at this stage in the tournament, especially in these kind of rounds. Elian needs to pick up the socks and try and pull these kills back. Luckily, Nickelback's helping him out and giving him a chance. Elian does bring down 1, but Hobbit and Inters pulling back the round, and Hobbit might just win this out. He's looking to pull off the 1v1, and Nickelback goes down. And speaking of what Hobbit brings to the team, well, there is a classic round from Hobbit. That could be a turning point, because that crashes the money into the absolute depths of despair now for Entropic.
Most important round of the game so far, and it's Hobbit who holds his nerve. Those were the early trades on ramp, but once that kill comes in for Gambit, they realize they can commit. Entropic still did a solid job at winning some of those early fights.
Nafany brought down.
Look how low those Gambit players are.
Yeah, that is a little worrying. You know, if Entropic can start to create that stack, the Hobbit is always where you do not want him to be. He's around the backside again. Nickelback down, and luckily Lackey was in position to catch Hobbit out. He wasn't ready for his second player to be there on the left side, and Lackey alongside Elian pulling kills now, and it's just Inters and Shiro, and suddenly Gambit stand a chance at losing this round. Oh my god, here we go, Entropic. Shiro's throwing them up out of the map because he knows he has to play on the AK. The king of the clutches in this competition leads the way. Far superior than anybody else at this competition in clutch rounds, and Shiro's gonna do it again. Another kill for Shiro. Is he about to give us a masterclass again? Lackey sits and looks for the pick as Shiro on low HP is the walking wounded. He'll cross behind the smoke and take up position at short. Lackey has to start thinking, where is Shiro gone? Where has the ever elusive Shiro disappeared to? And he's gone back all the way around. The bomb isn't even planted for him. The bomb's not even planted for Shiro, and he's playing around the ramp, but Lackey turns and Shiro with a majestic clutch, the headshot connected, and he is giving us a grand showing in this grand final. He's gonna try and peer his way forward into the site, leaping from Tetris. Bomb is down in the open. They're trying to place their final piece of utility in the perfect spots, and that flash has got so much out of it. Hobbit blinds Ellie and removes him. Forrester has to transition back because he got caught by the flash as well. And somehow, some way, Gambit are turning this into a winnable scenario. In fact, it's favorable now for them in the numbers. And Hobbit goes forward, brings down two, and the backs are broken of Entropic. Their spines are snapped, and the frustration on Hooch right now, you could just see it. So many rounds Entropic are just letting slip away. You're not seeing the classic Nafany walk up. Smoke comes down from the CT side, but Nafany now will start to try and quit that space and will try and take a first player. The itch ego soaring after Crab, but it's the rifle. They'll take the first pick, and Nafany trying to get the follow-up he has. That's the second player down, and now just Elian with an MP9 in hand. He's trying to hold a flood with just a piece of wood, and here comes the attack around the corner. Elian peeks out, and Nafany is down. Inters trying to make up the space for his fallen in-game leader, and he'll do that perfectly. 2 kills for Inters, and now just Lackey left in a 1v4, MP9 in hand. No money for Entropic has left him in this situation where there's just not enough resources to think about a round win. It's 15 now for Gambit. Just a matter of time, surely. Hobbit wastes a couple of shots, but Shiro won't. 15 rounds for Gambit. 3 players on the A site. Do they get aggressive into the peak of Gambit? Doesn't look like it. Just setting up, holding the setup in play. Nickelback's kill pulls it back, and now they get aggressive. Now they think they've got the timing, but in fact, they've just got death. And it's Elian trying to hold on for Entropic. 30 seconds as they bombard his position with the remaining utility. Inter burns away the AWPer, and it's now the chances burning away with it as Axel finds the final headshot. Map 1 of the grand finals will go in favor of Gambit. It's Vertigo and redemption and revenge from the PGL Major.
Nafany loud and proud at the end of this one after getting their first map over the line, and I really think Nafany's impact was invaluable for them. They're comfortable conceding control towards the site. Nafany's been mollied. He will get back safely, but that means the bomb site is wide open for the plant.
Yeah, and that plant is going to go down. Elian is coming in with a headshot. Shiro's down, and now aggression coming in for Forrester, trying to pull some space back, but Nafany with a double kill. 3 kills for Nafany in the pistol, just toppling heads completely. Nickelback makes a risk play knowing that he's lost players and lost space into the round. Elian is so far away. Bomb has been tapped, but Nickelback's going to swing, but the cover's there. The pistol covers him off. Nafany with a 4K into the pistol. He shut everybody down. He's charging for the ace, and Nafany will get it. 5 kills into the pistol. Strong start for the young in-game leader. But there is a chance here for the bomb plant to come in for Entropic, as it's quite a recessive hold. They haven't even got a player in Temple. It is Axel's work to do from Donut. First kill, second in from him as well. And these rifles are just getting toyed with. Shut down completely. Elian, the last remaining player. And look how quick that rotation was from Gambit over to the A side, because they had that passive setup. Get those B players over to A, and just the numbers there were so strong for Gambit to close it. He's sending some utility out towards middle early. That standard donut Molotov and the smoke in towards red room, but Gambit are challenging down mid, and they've taken a lot of damage early. Hobbit, in fact, is caught in the transfer from Nickelback. He was doing this yesterday against Fiend, and is now doing it again against Gambit. Nafany realizes they need a response. They need to take map control back, and so he gets aggressive down into the B ramp, and he's found another one. Inters pushes on the timing from Cave as well, and this is just unbelievable. The response from Gambit is immediate, and Entropic go from hero, the heights of the 2 kills early, down to nothingness on the aggression on the B side from Gambit.
Play retake here if they have to.
Yeah, this is just beautiful Counter-Strike being played from Gambit right now as they try and get in towards the site. They're going to need to start peeling these numbers back. And luckily, Elian has been able to do that. He's dropped Inters, puts it into the 2v2, but it's Nafany and Shiro, and now just Shiro into another clutch. Now, You can't really count him out too often in these clutches.
Yeah, listen, man, if there's any player in the world who I'm going to trust knows when a clutch is doable, it's going to be Shiro.
Oh, yeah.
I trust that he knows when a clutch is possible. I mean, even at this event, the clutch stats.
Grad able to trade it out at least blow for blow. Shiro has rotated over this time. He's not going to be left on his own. Hung out to dry at the opposite side of the map, but he has taken damage. Gonna have to try and play with the distraction, the rifle of Hobbit, who's in at Cubby. Are they going to check him? Shiro's coming with a shot that's distracted and pulled their attention away. And Hobbit for that gets the double kill. And they knew where Crad was from his earlier fight, so they eliminate him quickly.
Inter's again boosted up, but this position was cleared previously.
And that smoke has just faded away at the perfect time to allow the explosion from Entropic as they arrive. And Inter's good kill as he explodes this rifle. Nearly there for the follow-up kill. Hobbit now dropping back, and he's actually eliminated that mid play. Such a standard play for the T's to try and have that one mid lurk. And they're often aware of it, but they can't plant the bomb. Just throwing utility down and coating the floor of fire just disallows that bomb plant. And that gives extra time for Gambit to get in good spots, but it also puts more pressure on Entropic. And you'll see mistakes come through like that, and Gambit are able to punish you for it. Entropic get their way into the site, but the utility was perfect. They just couldn't get the bomb down. And now Forrester's alone. He's on 1 HP. Luckily, we'll get past Hobbit, who then clears the right side, takes him out. Hobbit has now taken up a different position inside of Donut at the beginning of the round. And the attention is of Red Room of being put on the shoulders of Nafany instead. And he's able to hold it down. Man advantage now for Gambit.
The pressure on mid could leave a weakness on B. That's what Entropic are hoping, but Shiro's still here.
Certainly not a weakness, but in this round, completely domed and locked out. Inters is turning a little bit of a whiff spray, allows just 1 kill. Nice reply from Forrester, who's done a great job of just being explosive in this round. Nafany tries to get in and patch out the holes, but 1 kill isn't really going to give them that advantage. They've still got to fight their way through. Forrester was attempting to fight. The run boost around the corner. Right into the Mac 10. That was a little fizzle out. It was like a firework that actually never went out. Just a little...
That could benefit Entropic here. They have so much ground gained.
Yeah, they're going to try and get in towards the A site from 2 avenues. A mid and Donut. But the lineup was there from Axel. Comes out with just 1 pick. Replies there from Lackey. And now Shiro's trying to come back over to the site. Under a minute left on this clock. Entropic, they do get into the site. It's just putting that bomb down. It's just being so difficult for them. And the bomb has been plucked out of the sky by Shiro's AWP. And that's information now for the rest of the squad to begin their crunch and rotation back. They've even got the held in the flank and drop back. And Hobbit is taking out Elian as he tried to retreat. If you're going to make a Hail Mary play, you're going to be trying to go to the opposite side of the map. So Hobbit gets in a good position, but Forrester gets the right read. He can have often great awareness in these situations, but he's not going to check the cubby this time around. Good positioning from Inters. And an 8th round for Gambit. Now that smoke actually isolates off Shiro from Nafany. So Nafany's into the solo fights. Good flashes. The timing on the swing needs to come now, and Elian certainly will capitalize on that opportunity. Pick him for Entropic. Players still around here for Gambit, though. They've still got numbers around the site, but the utility this time for the T's has been used perfectly. And Krakos leaping through the smoke right to a kill, and he comes out with a rifle. He's still got health as well, so this is now a favorable opportunity for Entropic to pull off this 5th round.
Smoke and a molly available. That molly will force the player out of the site, and Crack could be in trouble.
Yeah, he was blinded when that Molotov started to go in, so lucky to get back. Axel now trying to chip back, and he's found 2 important kills. In fact, Axel gets them all. 3K as he sweeps up the remaining players, and that has to be frustrating as well for Entropic. Shiro is holding on for the A plate. He's got the right read, he's got the right position. This is going to be very difficult. Elian pushing up a rifler, and Forrester again beats out Shiro.
All missed shots, Axar, but he finally hits the headshot. And that should seal this one. Elian shouldn't be given too many opportunities here in the 1-on-4.
We'll see if he can have a shot at this. He is the second clutching player, but this time not to be. Shot on the Axel, but Hobbit will close it. 11-4 at the half here for Gambit. Entropic could not squeeze out that 5th round.
The molly even cuts off the rotate, so there's no way back in. The bomb's already been planted. At least they have a kit, but they're going to need some quick kills.
Yeah, Kratzy said it is finally going to find its reward. In fact, it has 2 more players in behind it as well. Entropic have the first kill into the retake attempt. Now Shiro's side play needs to work out in tandem with Hobbit. First kill is there for Shiro. Hobbit's been able to find one down in towards CT. Elian will chip away his head, and now a 2 versus 3. Nafany under pressure. Lackey putting pressure on him and applying it further. Inter's now the last remaining player, and he's got bucket loads of bullets left, but he needs to put them in the right spots. Headshots is in, but the defuse has been stuck around the corner, and Forrester has just pulled through the pistol. Inter tries to get around the corner, but the defuse was always coming through, and Entropic, they have won the pistol. try and cut off rotations from A, but they do need to win cave control here. 2 players in that. CTs can feel comfortable if they maintain cave control, and that is exactly what Gambit do not want to happen. And Hobbit will clear it out. The cave is now empty, and now the play into the B site has already happened. Bomb needs to go down here, Gambit. There's no utility really for this one to cover off the position, so they've got to just get the kills, and they've done that efficiently. And for the retake, absolutely no utility at all here for Entropic. Alien and Lackey going to be caught by that flank of Nafany, who's waited so patiently for his kill. And the patience will be rewarded. Lackey now trying to catch the timing. Will do so onto Hobbit. Galil now down, but he's going to keep the FAMAS. He starts to come up in towards the top of B. He wants to see these fights quickly, but Axel will make sure his death is swift. This will go a long way, and winning this event would put them closer and closer to that.
Ooh. Hobbit got tickled on mid, so decided to fight back through the smoke. Not much in this round for Entropic. They are kind of just conceding this one. Never feels good when you're 13-5 down, but sometimes you have to play for the later round. You need to get a gun round at some point, so it will be easy pickings for Gambit. 14-5 lead. Entropic would need a monster comeback here on their map pick. Gambit will start to group up outside of B.
They're in limbo right now on the CT side of where to go. They're playing pretty passive on the A side, realizing they can make those quick rotations back to B. But they're going to need these kills in Entropic. Alien held off the cave play, and that focuses Krat down on the B play. He's taken 2 out of the round. Nafany and Hobbit are out of play, and now Shiro's turn to try and chip away at the numbers, but it's just not going to happen for him. And Axel's turn to try and clutch. 1 versus 2 for Axel to try and pick this one up. Alien and Forrester sit behind them. 14 seconds left, and that bomb is down. Axel begins to move his way forward into the site. He can turn this into 1v1s, but this time he's got to play for elimination now, and what a quick shot from Elian. Axel domed and butchered into the ground. At least another round here for Entropic.
In the long run, that could be something worth thinking about, but it's still a long, long road for Entropic to get back into this. Those are those kills from Prad, just able to play from the bomb site. Finally, some signs of life individually from Entropic.
Comes down to the timing. Does he let them slip in behind? Because now they're focusing on the play. They're dropping that player back from CT was playing B. It's Elian with the AWP that gets caught by Hobbit. And now the pressure really is on Forrester to hold the gate, and he will. He'll take 1. Hobbit and Inter is getting kills in the round for Gambit. It's kept it a 3v3, but it's Axel's play into the A bomb site that was coming for a long time, and finally gets his reward. Bomb goes down for Gambit. Entropic starting to split up the numbers into the 1-for-1 fights. Crad will enter from Donut. And he gets spotted. The fight's now forced onto him elsewhere. It will be 1 kill. It's Axel who will fall. But it's Forrester now with everything to do. Coming in from Temple, dealing with his double donut setup into the post plant. It's just so difficult, especially when you don't have a smoke, you don't have a molly. He realizes that and concedes. Saving the AUG instead of throwing it away to the wind. Gambit will reach map point on Ancient. Entropic's map pick is going the way of Gambit right now. Just 1 round away, and they will be 2-0 up in this best-of-5 grand final. Realistically, to put them in a comfortable spot, he needs 2. Let's see if Crag can get away with it. Good performances yesterday. This time gets the right peek out for the timing. Intus gets caught switching weapons, and Nickelback is given a kill. He has been the player that's done everything in this round, gleaned the information, got the pick in mid, and now has found the follow-up. It's on to Axel and Nafany, who are separated completely. There's no time for it, and Gambit are done in this round. Entropic are able to pick it up, and now they're looking for the kills after time. Unfortunately for Entropic, they will not be able to find Axel. Gambit need to start making a decision. Where is that bomb going to go?
5 kills in this game for Lackey. He has to step up here. He's the only player on this side.
He has to get the kills. He's taking the first. Hobbit down. Second in from Lackey. He's looking for the 3K, but Axel's overrun him. 20 seconds left as now the space is being made into the A site. Shiro, the danger man, has been a little quieter than usual here on Ancient. He's pushed in towards Temple, but can this be the clutch to pull them over the line? 1 kill for Shiro, and now just 1 more needed. Elian creeps closer. Elian comes in. 1v1. Shiro commits the bomb plant, but nothing more than that. Elian keeps Entropic in the game as we go to 11, and Entropic are starting to feel much more comfortable. They're putting pressure on him to boost him up over the top and hold that line. Well, they now move in again. They're getting onto the B site. Rifle's trying to open it. Elian's come in with the first pick. Crad, this lineup is good for him. He's found 1 pick and just stayed alive towards Cave as Forrester makes the rotation over. Entropic are stopping the B plays again from Gambit. They're just not getting into the site. They're not getting the kills, and the bomb can never go down. And maybe Hobbit slipped through. Could pull a couple of kills here for Gambit. He found Forrester first. They now double up together.
Focus on the right side with that molly in place, but getting the bomb planted is so tricky. They need the frags, and now they can go A.
And that has just opened up that avenue completely. Axel's running towards it, but Hobbit, he's holding off the play, but he's just put Axel alone into the 1 versus 2 as Axel has not decided to commit yet. That'll buy some extra time for Entropic to get closer, but Axel's low in HP, 21, and they are spread into the 1v1s. Axel can certainly turn this in the fight, but Krad has decided not to walk into CT on his own. He's waiting for his teammate to get closer and closer so they can play into the A site together. And that should work out for Entropic. Axel has to hope he can turn into the 1v1 fights, which is exactly what he's done now. Just a 1 versus 1 between him and Nickelback. Axel tries to close it for Gambit, looking to take them through to their second map win here in the grand finals. Axel's got it done. 16-12 for Gambit as Nafany with pure elation as Gambit are now 2-0 up in the best of 5. Entropic with the comeback, but not enough was done in the initial stages of Ancient, and they have now got to pull off the reverse sweep if they want to win this grand final. To what might just be the last map of this grand final. Gambit onto Overpass, and Entropic looking to try and keep themselves alive in this best of 5. They haven't quite been in this matchup just yet, but Elian has certainly started things off well for Entropic. Follow-up aggressive play already working out here for Entropic. 2 kills picked up early. No one from Entropic really has had that step up. Nafany creeps around the corner. Forrester is his victim in the crosshouse, and Nafany will bring down Forrester, putting it into the 3v4. Yeah, Krad starting to slip his way through the back. It will be a couple of T's now walking up in towards the bomb site. Elian looking to hold from behind of Dice, and Krad is in behind them all. Headshot onto Nafany. First assassination has been committed, but Krad has been caught and had to pay for his crimes. Enters, throws out some capital punishment as they go down in towards the lower site. They'll swing open the door and try and go for the bomb plant at a minimum, but Lackey has rotated over. A quiet start to Ancient. We'll see if he can get off to a good start here on Overpass. His teammates are starting to come down because they know it's the B play, but Gambit slipping away, but the bomb plant is good in and of itself, but they now look to try and win the round itself. Instead, it's Intros coming in with a headshot. Shiro playing towards short. Drop down into heaven. They've got 2 players still in front of them, but Shiro has been the king of the clutch situation. Let's see if he can start it off with a buying here in Overpass. And the answer is no. Elian will stop him from being able to pick up the first. It looks like this bomb is slowly making its way through mid.
Finally, they're crunching on Krad, and Hobbit even ready for that boost. 2 early kills for Gambit. So well played.
And that just is the signal to go. That's the signal to accelerate the pace of this round entirely. Nickelback's down on the lower side. He's got a flash to try and hold on to the B bomb site. He's peeked out and taken Intros out first. Bomb now down in behind the sandbags. Looking for a follow-up kill here, Nickelback as well, and he has slipped around the right side of the pillar. Nafany is the next victim of the M4, and Nickelback is using this position wisely, starting to turn them into favorable fights, using cover to drop the players, and now he's got the rotation of Elian over, and it's all on Nickelback, because Elian's been knocked out of the round by Shiro, who has to win the 1 versus 1, and he's caught with just a pistol in his hands. Nickelback with a 4K, a huge round, and he lets out a yell, because he knows that round was huge from him. You start to become much more confident in your own ability, and Nickelback proving why.
Pistols out for Gambit in this one, and Krad is getting aggressive.
This is lovely from Krad. 3 kills for him. Couldn't quite follow up with a 4K. Does get traded out by the Tech 9, but, and again, another confident, aggressive play from Krad has worked out in the early fights.
Shot from Elian just shy of the mark, and that means Axile is able to force the fight onto Forrester. Back to the 2-on-3. Elian missing another opportunity, but Lackey's still in con, and I don't know if they're ready.
Oh, he's going to flank around the backside. Lackey with the double kill brings down Axel and Shiro. Krad off to a blistering start, 9-3 right now. And here go Gambit. Their attack's about to come in, and Elian is at the ready, but he spotted out the shadow advantage. No swing. Oh, the utility's got here. It forces Elian into an uncomfortable position, and that connector flight from Krad has delivered 2 kills. 2 down for Gambit, and they're getting floundered right now. They're getting shot up, and not a single chance for them to get towards the site. Gambit held back. This gun round's a non-starter as well. 6-0 for Entropic.
Shiro looking to save the AWP, but Krad might actually try and run him down here.
After the time as well, $350. Oh, Krad just jumps on his head. Ikumba stomps him in the grand final.
Most importantly, you have 4 players on site, but also this flank from Krad was so quick because Gambit left it so late in the round. Having Krad coming in from connector made a massive difference. So they've rotated 3 players back to A in time for this push.
And Elian's just going to focus down on the mid-fight. Flash is not going to connect onto the AWPer. In fact, it's going to connect onto Nafany. Kill come in for Krad, though, as he lines up to Entropic, shutting down the attack of Gambit. As we go under 1 minute, Axel and Shiro not in a great situation. And yes, 2 players alive that are certainly impactful, but you just don't even see the window of opportunity where this one can start to happen. Krad just domes Shiro. Axel's now left on top of the flower beds alone. He'll just peer down and actually one-tap Elliot out of the round. Similar problems they had on the T side of Ancient in a lot of the earlier gun rounds is they're just not getting the bomb down. They're not even getting onto the sites to put the bomb down and get that extra cash, which puts them at weaknesses.
Now a flash ready in time with this boost. Oh, maybe not. That's coming.
They're making a rotation back as well. An extra player is about to arrive for the CT side, and they've got the first pick. Axel's down. Horwitz trying to pull something back here for Gambit. He's trying to create that space for the side into the B site, and they need the pick, but it's just not coming through. And it's all getting shut down again as Entropic look for 10 rounds. Shiro tries his best, and he's starting to clutch it back. Shiro with a 3K, and just in the end, a blink of an eye, and Elian arrives to shut down the chance for Shiro. 10 rounds in a row.
Including a win prior against Na'Vi and San Furia. Some solid opposition. So far, though, Entropic proving too much to handle, but that frag from Shiro could be the opener they need.
It's created a chance, but Elian is about to be overrun from the left side, and that allows the Tech 9 to nip at the heels. Elian down, and now Nickelback. His rifle at the ready. Bomb's gone down. Tried to follow up, just couldn't do it. And now Forrester and Lackey into the 2v3. Gambit have picked up those upgraded weapons, and they're putting the bomb down. Axel confirming the plant and the extra cash, but they're now looking for the round wins. Gambit, can they finally pick up a round here on Overpass? Lackey's trying to pull it back, but it's still so difficult. Hobbit wins it out, and finally, Gambit will taste the victory of just a single round. You don't just want to be going for solo aggressive plays all the time, but make sure you're going in with some calculated aggression, calculated risks, and they've done that time and time again here in Entropic. Nickelback gets a confident aggressive play. They're just varying it completely. It's so hard to deal with. Gambit have lost 3 players already at the beginning of the round. It's just Axel and Hobbit, and what can they do here? There's absolutely nothing left on the table for this Gambit side.
Same play as the previous round pays off, but Hobbit striking back, and the B site is open.
Well, that's one way of doing it, Hawk. That's one way of pulling yourself back into the round. Hobbit with 2 picks. Hobbit's just holding position because he thinks it's going to be an aggressive play coming out of Connector. He had the chance into the Heaven fight, but now they're going to be. And Axel's got to cut through the first. Nickelback's head now topples across the floor. Thanks to the opening pick from Axel, they've now drawn the players down into a 2 versus 2. Elian's arrived to the party, but he can't see anybody because the smoke screen's up. The grey screen prevents him from seeing anybody, and Axel wants to fight the AWPer, and he's got the angle! Elian couldn't see Axel, and now it's all on Krad. Axel's hunting him down, he spots the shadow, Axel pulls it back, and Gambit pull off the round. No emotion on the face because they know that is just the second round picked up. Can go ahead once they confirm themselves to win in the best of 5, but Entropic are making it really difficult for them, and Krad in particular has been the bane of their existence, and he will be again! Krad with a 3K, Inter, Shiro, and Nafany. They pile up on the scene of a massacre. Krad is a serial killer right now on Overpass, and it just won't stop.
Axel and Hobbit 2v5 again?
It's
maybe not this time.
That's what I'm saying, Hawk. You know, last round you see a huge 2v5, but it's cool to see, but the fact you're having to win those 2v5s just to get round wins, it's not replicable. You can't do that time and time again.
Brad is one of those players who has that high skill ceiling when he's on his game.
And we look at the situation with the utility as well. The retakes will certainly be difficult.
And Hobbit's laser focused on the connector flank.
Yeah, and they're so ready for
actually,
this.
They turned away.
Krad's turned back, and Hobbit turns away. That allows Krad the first kill. For the second here as well, he's been able to do it. Not like this. Krad comes in with a 2K shot from Elian, has dropped the numbers, and now it's all on Nafany, and somehow, someway, Entropic have got themselves back into this position, and they win the round, 13-2. This is an unbelievable resurgence from Entropic in the best of 5. Have to rely on the attention being drawn away by his teammates. And then he can swing, but he actually gets aggressive instead, and now takes the fight against a 1v1. Nickel back and brings him down. Gambit have the first kill with City on the middle of the site here, but Axel's come in for a follow-up. It's been traded out though, and Axel still stands on the site. Shiro's arrived to try and help him out, and Gambit are getting kills, but it's been answered back again and again by Entropic. They're diving down, they're going down to the lower site. The bomb is running all the way over that, and it's going to be a headshot from Elian on towards Inters, and now just Axel left, trying his best to pick this one up. But he realizes they've ran the bomb down. Elian's just buying time as well, just keeping this nuisance on the site going. And Axel tries to drop him, but he's just not getting the angle. He's not getting the chance. Elian's playing with his food right now, and Axel, this is so frustrating. And the time is just not enough, surely, to get back in and clear all these angles and try and get the defuse in. Axel's got a kit, though, picked up that was on the floor. The Lackey's in a position, and even with that kit, the time is still limited for Axel to get back into the site. He's got to hope for an instantaneous headshot, and that's what he's got! Is there time for Axel as he holds the defuse? It's going to be close, but he's pulled it through! Huge from Axel, Lackey peaks, and the instantaneous headshot was the only win. The only way he wins that, and Axel gets it done. Countered, now the follow-up molly forcing Napney out of close position. Entropic are doing a great job at just limiting the positions the CTs can play from, but Shiro, is this finally the round where he explodes again? 2 for him, and back into the 3v3 again. 28 seconds left, bomb down close towards the SWAT truck, and Krat has climbed up on top of the truck itself. He peers down in towards the stairs. Shiro's off, not ready for the close position, and Krat's rifle brings it down. Hobbit is fine to give it away his position. Nice headshot on the Krat, but there's not much he can do about it. Throws the gun to the ground and picks it up once more. But he's waiting on his teammate to come back and help him. Inters needs to come back into play and quickly, because Elian and Forrester have got the bomb down. And for now, there's a fuse on the play. There's a timer for them to try and get back in, and Elian's so quick. Forrester gets aggressive too, and it's Entropic on 14 rounds. That's for sure, and they've committed to it. Axel this time is playing from Connector, and now they all know because an explosive entry from Axel. Opening pick does get traded out by Krat, and now the bomb is caught inside of the site. Nafany creating pressure, follow-up from Nafany, and the chaos now ensues. They've taken him out of the round. The bomb will be picked up back onto the back of Elian, but it's not there for long. It's forced down, and now Krat in a 1v3 is just caught in position. The triangle of death, and Gambit will get another 6 rounds now for Gambit. Because they know if they lose this, it is map point already locked in for Entropic. Axel had picked up the AWP, but got caught in position. Had to come off the angle, and now Hobbit making the risk play through. Connector has spotted the bomb, trying to make its way back down, and the bomb has actually trickled all the way down the stairs. And so that's information for Gambit, but Lackey comes in with a brilliant headshot. Nafany's being pushed from 2 fronts. There's a player in the tunnel, and he's so focused on Connector, he has got interest to help him out, and Nafany's come in with a 2K. The player, Forrester, looked like he was going to come through tunnels, but instead he's made the monster play, and he's coming back through short. Inter takes him down as well, and this has gone from bad to worse for Entropic. Elian caught in the open, and Nafany with a monstrous round. A 3K in total, but those 2 kills on the Connector explosion. Looks like Entropic have no other options. They've got to go for the B crunch with 35 seconds left. There's a lot of players here for Gambit, a lot of resistance. And the first kill is there for Inters. He's looking for the follow-up. He sprays down into Monster, but Krat on the double has opened it up again, and now Inters out of ammo. Still goes to the USP. He brings down Krat with a sidearm, and it's Axel and Shiro in the 2 versus 2. The bomb is not yet being planted, and they won't allow Elian to cross. A lovely shot from Shiro, but it's Nickelback into the 1 versus 2 as Axel looks to peel him away from contention. It's a distraction that forces him into Shiro's scope, and Gambit are now on 10 rounds.
They want to approach this B site similar to the previous round.
Here they go. They're just going to run through Monster Inters. They're going to test him again. They know that Inters can't do that time and time again, so it's Hobbit's turn, and Nafany alongside him doing a good job at holding down the B site. And Entropic, the sting is out of the play. The element of surprise is no longer there, and now they've just got to hope they can win the fights, and they're certainly doing that. Nafany down as Nickelback removes him forcibly. It's Hobbit's turn, and Krat has hunted him down. He's cleared out water, and now it's Shiro and Axel trying to pull their way back in, and Shiro unable to get a single kill from the AWP. It is Axel's turn, and he has been turning this game around time and time again. But this round, this one looks unwinnable. Axel finds 1 shot in the AWP. A game of gun game as he switches to the AK once more, but Elian holds from the swing at heaven. And 15 rounds now for Entropic. Map point. Yeah, Axel and Shiro over here. They're trying to play that 1 monster player out. Forrester tried to catch it timing to play contact out of Monster, and Axel tried to phase the smoke, but he's been caught by Nickelback. Shiro unscopes and is now alone. He gets away with one, but they're running him down. Elian's gonna hunt down the Oper and forcibly remove him, and now it is on to Nafany. He has to step up. One kill for him has slowed down the play for Entropic. They're not together. The spacing is off. They can't get into the site, and so they're giving him 1-versus-1 fights. Nafany's gonna win these all day long, and now Nickelback and Forrester in a 2-versus-3 with a double swing out has just removed one more player. It's Forrester alone, and this is just unthinkable. Forrester has to pick up that bomb. GAMBIT have so many players on this upper site. As soon as he picks it up, as soon as he makes a move, they will be able to swing into him or trade one another out. Nafany in close position. Forrester nearly had a chance, but Nafany brings him down. 12 now for GAMBIT.
We'll see if that comes into play, because as it stands, Entropic are readying the push towards B.
And Intro's holding the site, and here comes the attack through. Lovely shot from Forrester, follow-up from Lackey, and this might be it. Entropic look to take overpass, and it's done with a coordinated B attack. A classic CIS strategy, rush B.
But Entropic, as long as they stay compact, they have this in the bag.
And this is it now. Axel and Hobbit will try their best, but Entropic know. They surely know that just closing this out has given them every chance back into this grand final. Axel is alone with a dropping of Hobbit. Now looks for the swing out. Players peeking in, but Crad will bring him down. What an absolutely huge performance out of Crad. 33 kills as Entropic take over past GAMBIT's home ground is snatched away from them. And once more, this grand final opens up again. We look at the maps remaining. Said he need to see a little bit more out of him because he has been quiet over the last 2 maps. It looks like Entropic are about to go in for this A play. Smokes are up, putting pressure usually on towards CT with this setup, though. It's looking so good for GAMBIT. They've got a player at triple, one under wood, and another player towards CT. The players are just in such a good spot right now for GAMBIT to deal with this, and the threat has been neutralized early on. Finally running down Hobbit. He ran out of ammo, so Crad sees that opportunity through. Nickelback finds the follow-up headshot, and now it's a 2-versus-3. Suddenly a winnable round for Entropic, but Nickelback has got by without being spotted. Look how much space he's got straight up towards jungle.
He's looking for the kill here. He's looking to take the fight. He knows that Nafany's around the corner, and he hits the first shot.
A lovely shot from Crad as well from Palace, and suddenly they leap into a chance for the round win. Axel's playing towards short. Bomb is getting planted, and suddenly it is a man advantage for Entropic. Axel tries to get back through. No utility, no kit on his back as he begins his charge through the site. Trying to peer, and now the info is picked up as where Axel is. They peek together, they play together, and Entropic have the pistol.
Entropic again able to play together in the post plant, and big control has already been taken from Entropic, though.
Oh, Shiro misses the first shot. That's given a chance now for Entropic. Have got Forrester down on the bench, but he tries to challenge Axel at short and will lose his life because of it. Now the play into B begins. Axel holding in from window. Again, good rotation here from Shiro, realizing the B play is likely to come through. He's come over to help with the rifles. And they go back in ladder room, peering down into jungle. And Elliot's just trying to find an opportunity, and GAMBIT are not giving them a single chance. They're not peeking, they're not giving a headshot away. And suddenly it's all Elliot. As Nickelback is removed from the round. But GAMBIT don't really have the resources to hunt him down and throw players at him, so Elliot will happily keep the AK.
Entropic are in position, though, to be ready to crunch onto this site.
Forrester about to walk past the smoke, and he checks it, he spams it, and Nafany is going to be real annoyed about that one. His head is removed, and GAMBIT have lost the early player. Here comes Entropic's final play, their final frontier on the A site. Shiro is removed, and Hobbit is being spammed down as well. He's caught, and Entropic have 3 kills at the start of the gun round. Oh, the execution is so good, but it's limited time now. Intra's tried to cause a problem, but him and Axel both removed, as Entropic will win the round in the end.
Which isn't always the case. Oftentimes it will be Hobbit solo anchoring the site, but that was the initial kill from Forrester. Just had an inkling someone could be trying to play around the smoke, and then Crad also goes through his own smokes there as they go ahead and take further. Ridiculous things with Shiro is that he has been playing with Nafany since they played Pugs together. They've been playing a long time with Nafany. Nafany's got the early kill in this round. Inters, though, has to be ready on the B-bomb site, and he is playing behind the smoke and locking it down.
Yeah, GAMBIT great hold so far. Nickelback and Elian trying to slip their way through. See if there's any weakness, any hole, and Elian forcibly creates a hole in the B defense, and that allows the bomb plant here for Entropic. Still a 2 versus 3. GAMBIT hold the advantage, and Nafany's flank, they're waiting for it. That's the play. They'll trigger everything. Hobbit is trying to pull distraction, trying to pull their attentions away from Nafany so he can come out of the apartments. And Elian's head is now shown to Nafany. Nickelback in the meantime has dropped Hobbit out of the round. A follow-up was there, but Nafany dropped down for the 3K. Great recovery there for GAMBIT. All onto this hold from Inters. He's 46 HP as well. But Hobbit's flank, if he can get in, and the Inters can buy enough time, then certainly there is a chance. He's dropped the bomb down towards short. That's a recovery mission now for Entropic. They've got to try and pick that up, but they also have to deal with the Inters threat, which has finally been dealt with, but don't take your eyes off Hobbit. He is the player that could win this round. Coming out of the window, spots the back of Elian, brings him down, and the second in for Hobbit. It's all just Crad. Bomb was not planted, so only 10 seconds left on this timer. 5 of them have to be used to pick up this bomb, and the remaining to put the bomb down, and Crad has no time to win the round, and Hobbit will kill him just before the time. So at least a little bit of mercy goes the way of Entropic. Try and glean some information out of it, but Axel is just still holding from ladder room. They're still trying to just be methodical here on Entropic and not let anybody get away with anything on the GAMBIT side. And the timing for Axel, of course he gets away with it. It was almost written in the stars for the way he was just catching the timings. You just felt it, and he was going to find that chance to take 2 down. And the rest of them start to dwindle. It's just Elliot left. The weaker weapons of Entropic now scatter the floor. Nickelback could catch the timing out to his right side. Looks like Nickelback's about to get the drop on Hobbit, but Hobbit won that fight. And so Nafany's made the play down through connector, creeping up onto Forrester, and he really turns around to Crad. He couldn't quite bring down the Russian in the window. He'll go back and pick up the bomb. Still a chance now for Entropic, thanks to that pick from Crad. That's even better from Elian.
Hobbit has just plugged the gap that Axel was taken out of, but Inters is still sitting patiently on B on an awkward angle to clear, but they clear it perfectly.
Elian just decapitates him, and now it's just Hobbit alone. He's taken damage from his prior fights and now has to win out 2 of his own. Elian is down, and suddenly it's Crad versus Hobbit. The star of the show for Entropic in the previous, looking to win the 1v1. He's got the wrap, and Hobbit's down. Crad reads him like a book.
Entropic want the B play, though.
They're about to charge it. Forrester was the only player holding off mid, but the play into the B site's already happened, and Nickelback catches Inters. The double smoke towards short is going to cover off the help. For Shiro, he doesn't have a rifler. So Shiro has to play passive and wait for the right time, but he's being pushed from 2 fronts, and now they catch him. He turns back, hits the no-scope, goes for the follow-up, but couldn't quite get that one. That would have been ludicrous coming out of Shiro's AWP, but Elian and Nickelback suddenly at 2 versus 3 lies in front of them. Bomb planted. They needed that kill onto Axel. And now Elian having to dance with death. 3 players encroaching on his position. It is inevitable that that shot would be landed. Well, I mean, that's pretty obvious, isn't it?
What's that supposed to mean? Both of them are great players.
Neither of us. Well, there's a swing out from Nickelback, and suddenly a second bomb plant confirmed, and better weapons now available. How has this happened? Entropic have slipped their way through, and another kill from Nickelback. This round looked completely done, but GAMBIT have let it slip, and Inters is now alone.
Make sure they work off each other for the frags. That doesn't end up happening, though. It looks so good for GAMBIT to begin with. These are those early kills. You think the round is done. That initial shot from Nickelback was already impressive, but look at how good the flash was. Nickelback able to turn between positions.
That round is enough to turn the tide sometimes. That's going to give you a weaker CT half. And Nickelback is the player that got the mid. He's charging forward with a MAC-10. It's all about raking in the money here. That's exactly what Nickelback will try and do.
1 kill for Hobbit. In towards top connector. They do a decent job at setting up that single frag, but oftentimes that's the best you can get out of a call in this round with just the USPs. Inters even drops down into the nade. 9-5 for Entropic. Forrester's out.
Yeah, it's a big quick play from Forrester. Might just get caught because he's alone. The smoke up to ramp isolates his teammate, and Axel with the lineup in mid has found Crad and Lackey. Good start to the round here from GAMBIT, who looked to try and close it. Elian and Nickelback, 2 players versus the 5. We've seen these kind of rounds go Entropic's way, but GAMBIT do not want to let that happen again. Nafany swung into the mid-fight, connected a lot of damage on towards Elian, who now has picked up the AWP, and Nickelback starting to try and bring down players. He's worried about default, but Shiro on upper wood goes down to Nickelback as well. And are they really going to do it again? 2 versus 5, and GAMBIT are starting to stress. Just gets the information as to where the last 2 CTs are playing from.
He's just buying time for this Alien flank.
And that is going to work out because they know they have one player, CT, and Elian's going to glean that kill. And now it is all on Axel to try and win out this round. The bomb goes back to ramp, and Axel has to worry about CT. He's flashed, perfectly blinded, and another round where there's no chance for Entropic on paper, but they turn it around. A 2 versus 5, and Entropic lead the way at the half with a confidence showing. And look at the stress on the Gambit player. Shiro cannot believe. But that's where you see the real championship mentality come through. If he can keep his head in the game, he can still certainly deliver impact. Krad is looking to fight in towards Connector. Hobbit is taking Krad out, but he's caught. He ran out of ammo, and for that, Elian will trade him out.
Push into this A bomb site. Axel able to get that frag required so that they can finally get that bomb down.
Elian peeking in towards Palace. A good post plant here for Gambit. They have the players in the right spots. This ramp play from Nickelback. He's really been the bane of their existence over the last few rounds, hasn't he? Well, he's going to try and do it again. Inter's caught towards ramp. Tap on the defuse coming through. Nafany swings into the fight alongside Axel. They now remain in towards CT, and they have that information here in Entropic. They know where the two remaining players are. They're trying to take them down. They need the kills quickly, and Nafany and Axel will at least close the pistol. It's all about just staying hyped and focused in this game right now. He's aggressive. He's such an opening player, and if he's finding success in doing that, it's going to be very impactful. It's going to set the rest of your stars up. Elian, speaking of, one of the stars of the show for the Entropic side, is out of the round. Forrester's looking to try and pick up some of the slack. Lackey's down, so Forrester has to do a lot of the heavy lifting now as the play from B starts to erupt in towards Forrester's crosshair. He's seen them come into the site. Shiro's the first victim. Inter's is trying to do something about this, but Forrester is just ripping them apart. 3 kills from Forrester. But now he has to do most of the heavy lifting because he's got 4 and just 1 player left. It is Krad on the headshot on the cross. What a hold from Forrester. We see throughout this tournament a lot of great B holds out of him.
Axel sitting at top mid. They're waiting to see if they can just get that 1 kill that can help them explode, but it's actually Axel who spammed through the smoke.
Yeah, Lackey brings him down with the MP9, and so Gambit are trying to turn their attentions back into the A site, but Elian has come in with a pick. Follow-up from Nickelback and a double kill out of the IGL. It's all on to Shiro, and he is down after 1. 12 rounds for Entropic. That'll fire them up. That was done so quickly.
Top mid control being
Nickelback.
Nickelback in underpass wins that first fight. Can he get back safely though?
Well, yeah, he's going to try. Swing out from his teammate helps him out. Elian will go down. Krad as well finding the kill here for Entropic. And it's on to Shiro and Hobbit. A 2 versus 4. Entropic have the double man advantage. Nickelback gets away with pushing underpass. And now in Connector, he's found the head of Hobbit. It's all on Shiro. And I haven't believed in a clutch from him in 3 maps, Hawker.
Finally, Shiro has to make the move, but the short players may be able to deny him.
Well, Shiro is looking for the first pick, but Lackey removes any chance of a clutch from Shiro. If he gets taken down or just overrun, there's no rotation coming quickly. Elian has to deliver a massive hold here. He's got the first pick. He goes back in for a second, now calling to his teammates to come and help him. He gets some damage off, but Lackey's looking to pick up the kills. It's just 1 for him. As Gambit hold the advantage, Forrester's HE will pull it back. Forrester and Nickelback with 2 AK-47s, but look at the position of Axel. He's coming around the backside, and they have absolutely no idea. It's just all about getting the position, getting the right timing, and Axel might just get it onto the head of Nickelback, who is tucked in the right corner, but Nickelback turns back. He's looking for the flank, and Axel's gone down. Hobbit now commits to the plant, but he's got an open these close angles. This is going to be difficult to get both. He can maybe find one, but with the shot, the itchy goes in, and the low HP betrays Hobbit. It's another round for Entropic as they keep on moving forward. Maximum damage.
Max pain.
Oh, here goes Elian from triple. He'll peek out into his ramp. It's Nickelback, who has just been an absolute animal throughout this entire map. He peeks out for another headshot, and he's beginning to look for more. He's bloodthirsty, and he's looking to go berserk. I'm worried about the murder hole. And Lackey certainly should be, because Nafany turned back and taking his head right off his shoulder. He's not just called Lackey, he's now lacking ahead. Nickelback's pulled 1 kill forward again from the CTs, but they've lost Elian, which just leaves Forrester and Nickelback in a 2 versus 3. Shiro under pressure, but Nickelback jumps over his crosshair and brings down the Oper that had the bomb on his back. And now Nickelback looking to carry his team on his back a whole way through to this final map of the best of 5. Can he do it now? He has the bomb right in front of his eyes. Nafany and Axel with mission impossible to try and pick up the bomb and remove Nickelback, who dodges the flashbang. Taps to try and pull them into the fight. He's done it. He's pulled it into 1v1, and Nickelback gets it done. 16-7. What an absolute animal he is on this map. A monstrous performance, and he has continued his performance from the start of this tournament, and leading by example as he carries Entropic through to the final map of the best of 5. They might be the champions here of V4, Holker. Starting on the CT side, Entropic on the T side. Will they pull off the reverse sweep and break the hearts of GAMBIT in an event they are favored to win? Lackey's fighting towards underpass early in the lower tunnel, and he is caught by Hobbit, who's off to a flying start. 2 headshots and the bomb down.
2 in quick succession. They seem to line up for Hobbit. Finally, the flash comes back, and Forrester can close the distance, but there are still CTs close by, and Hobbit eventually run down, but there's the trade.
Yeah, quick trade. The problem that GAMBIT struggled with was just getting those trades in quickly enough, making sure they closed down that space. Then Entropic gained early. They've done that this time around.
It's the clock of Elian facing down mid. Maybe not the best idea right now. Krat's still looking for something over on A, and he's found that frag. Back to a 2-on-3, but they still need more, and Krat's been dealt with.
And Nafany with the headshot domes him, and he'll be looking to try and do the same here on Dust 2. Nafany with the lineup, gets 2 on the UMP. Nickelback trades it out with the Glock, but should be easy pickings for Inters, and it certainly will be. Well, other than Dust 2 for a CIS best of 5, okay? It's a classic map to close it out for the CIS region.
Hobbit's got the palm tree flash at the ready. It's really hard to dodge that. It's hard to see that flash coming.
Well, Forrester's clearly got glasses. He dodged it, and now is pushing forward. Shiro with the first pick, bomb down. Initial kills here from GAMBIT are starting to look good. This is rough for Entropic. They haven't really got too much fragging output at all. Where's it gone? Where's the kills here for Entropic? They're just not happening. They're just not bringing down players at all. And GAMBIT are going to feel great about this as Inter starts to flank to the mid doors. Krat is held around the backside. You can't afford to let your individuals cool off here. You need them to start fragging almost immediately. And a missed shot from Ellie in the flank will come through from Axel. 5-0 for GAMBIT. And for Entropic, it has not been the cleanest of starts at all.
Right now, they only have 1 kill max on any of these players as they go for the long play.
Nafany throws down the Molotov straight away, forced it through, but Nafany's got the opening and the follow-up. A horrible start to the round from Entropic. They tried to be explosive towards long, but Nafany's taken both. Really gotta hope that he can get something here. Elian yet to get a kill. The only player on his team that's yet to post a frag.
And again, they just don't give him that opportunity. Now they have to try something at B.
He's got to get back. He's got to get the bomb back, and there's a little bit of an aggressive play from Axel. The bomb is still towards long. Elian has to try and take down Axel, and even now, 4 players still on the server. Oh, this is just horrible for Entropic. This is starting to become an absolute disaster. They've had timeouts. Lots of them already used. They've had buy rounds now. They've tried different things. This is starting to become very scary. GAMBIT are honed in.
5 kills for the entire Entropic team in 7 rounds total. It has just not been a contest here. The early long control is denied, and GAMBIT are also doing a great job at denying any opportunities in these 3v5s.
But they don't have the weapons, Holker. They just don't have the weaponry. They've just got to hope they can find more. Hobbit will start to hold off the aggressive play into Cat. Lackey can't follow up through the smoke, so they're now trying to go into the B site. They've got to check the back plat. Nafany's just hiding with his head tucked down. If they're looking for the doors play, Indra's about to come through, and now the information picked up for Nafany, but Elian held it. He held the peek up from Nafany, and that's a couple of kills now for Entropic. Shiro and Hobbit into the 2v3. Trying to get those close fights, pulls out the AK again. Shiro's turn to try and create some space back into this. Smoke goes out towards the door, but Shiro is caught, and Hobbit is now flanked in the tunnels. He'll be taken down, and Entropic win with some weaker weaponry.
Axel was pushed all the way up close to those doors, but he may be tested.
Axel holds. First headshot is his. Nickelback, the first player to get downed. Player that was finding so much impact in the opening rounds over a barrage, but this time silenced. 2 kills from Elian and Lackey. Did start to come through, and positive signs began to show for Entropic, but those have been removed from GAMBIT, and now the AWP of Elian really needs to start delivering some of this impact. It's got a good pick And now it peeks down into CT. A lovely shot from Elian. Enters down and he goes for more. Elian has to do it all now, and he will. 4K from Elian. He's showing up to the grand final in the final map with a huge round that might just kick some life into this Entropic side.
This is the first time they've really 3B stacked like this, and it might be the round where Entropic try and split the B site.
It's just lucky here for Entropic, but they've made the right read here at Gambit. They've got the right positioning. Hobbit, the first player. Perfect flash from Nafany, and 2 kills for Hobbit. There's still 2 players inside of the site as well here for Gambit. They've still got numbers. Let's see if this defense will hold water. In fact, it's a flood, and Nafany's come through the window to take Forrester out. Elian and Crad now 2 players just floundered and left alone. Crad does hit 1 headshot. Elian with a pickback, but again, it's just Elian on his own. This time on 2 HP, and he has to get a kill for each point of health he has.
The flash was just so well done. They're the ones taking initiative as they flash Hobbit in for the early couple of kills. And then at that point, Entropic just kind of faltered here to hold. So the nades need to be good, and they don't have the smokes for the proper execute.
Oh, and they've struggled trying to get that rifle off the site. Shiro not flashed off. It's a dry pick into him. They're very lucky not to have lost their life immediately there. Axel will follow it up, and the long play from Elian seemed desperate. And Hobbit puts him out of his misery. Headshot connected as he will slay the long play to decapitate 2 of them with the guillotine. He came on through as Forrester's at the ready. Again, there's another player at door that's just so unlikely to watch them come out of this because they're slow peeking into it. And Inters and Nafany will crucify both of them. Just can't do it. He's not strong enough to break through right now. Gambit are holding on. They've got a fortress built up on the CT side. At least the trade did come through from Elian. Nade is good as well here. Gambit, utility usage, and Hobbit shutting down the play forward. This fortress is looking like Helm's Deep. It's almost impenetrable.
Hobbit again, just always so solid wherever he is on the map. Oftentimes around A, he's been locking it down.
Oh, even a little P250 shot would be enough to bring down the last player. 12-3 half. Gambit will lead the way on the last map of this grand final. A real tough spot to be in for him. He's going to try and stick around. And they're swinging in towards him. The Molotov into car as well. And Nickelback just under so much pressure. He's still alive somehow. Well, actually, I say somehow, but they've got Glocks, Hawker. They've got Glocks. It takes a long time to charge your way through with the Glocks to get that kill. And that time has certainly allowed more players to arrive to the car instead. And they have just gone to the slaughter. Shiro and Axel with 2 quick kills. And that has opened up the round completely for Gambit. Just Lackey and Crad. Yeah, send it
the
to
other
scrap.
CTs are trying to respond. They've heard about the shooting, but I don't know if they're going to be able to do anything about it.
We'll try. They're just kind of understaffed right now in this attempt. Axel with good headshot on towards Lackey. It's just Crad left alone. 1 pick for him. At least getting a few kills added to the tally for his personal score, but Shiro with the P250 has locked it out. 13-3 now. 3 rounds away from Gambit taking the win here at V4 Future Sports Festival. They don't really have the equipment to deal with it, though, if Gambit were to crunch on them from 2 sides. And Axel might just provide that, but Nickelback, so patient in the same position, has upgraded his 5.7 to an AK-47. And now they're looking for the play to the B side. They have a chance here, Gambit, if they can get into the timing. And, oh, Winters is so ready for Forrest to come through the smoke. And that is going to work out. 2 kills quickly from Shiro and Inters. And now they go back to 8. They have a 1 versus 3 fight no matter where they go now.
They're going to make the most of it. Elian has got the scout on the hole, but he's looked away at the wrong time, and Hobbit can now start to sneak up to the site.
Oh, Elian gets caught, flicks back, and he's able to do some damage there. A second shot onto the site, but Lackey is now the last remaining player down inside of CT spawn. This Gambit player is looking to eliminate him. The demonic look in their eye. Hobbit with the headshot. 14 rounds. Nafany getting loud now. 2 rounds left, and this is just far better from Gambit, not only just from a performance, but just emotional.
Gambit aren't committing.
Yeah, they're not committing at all. They throw in utility, but they're dropping back because they want to go into a B play, and there's no one watching CT. This information needs to be passed on, and look at Lackey. He's so confused. He's so discombobulated, wondering how this has happened. Hobbit brings him down. 3 players left for the CT side. Entropic just don't have the numbers here.
It's just a completely different team showing up here on this final map for Gambit.
It's like a couple of pennies at the bottom of their piggy bank. And Nafany's looking to smash it and take them all. Elian will prevent that from happening. Nafany will go down. And 15 rounds now locked in for Gambit as they are just 1 round away from taking this best of 5 and the championship title here.
Finally making up their minds in the late round, as you would expect. One smoke left for Inters.
Yeah, that means they're not going to be able to deal with Nickelback. And Axel will certainly deal with Nickelback. Headshot in, Nickelback down, and now they turn their attentions in towards the tunnels play. Forrester with everything on his shoulders, and he stands strong. Inters and Hobbit down. Finally, Nafny trades him out, and the AK switched out too as well. Gambit had the advantage. They had the advantage, but Crad and Elian taking the kills back. It's just Shiro left now, and this would be the way to close it. Shiro with a clutch. He's been quiet all final long, and it's Entropic who just haven't won the round on time. Shiro just couldn't get the follow-up, couldn't get the pick.
Able to stop that late round B play, but maybe Gambit will close it out with something grouped up here. They're grouping up for the B play.
They're just going to rush it straight through. Forrester's M4 is not going to be able to hold. It gets overrun, and Axel, charging forward with intent, takes down Forrester and Lackey in a foul swoop. Hobbit holds off the mid play, and Elian being caught out. Surely this is it now for Gambit. They go back in Crad. The last two remaining players for Entropic. They've got to take back the B site, and it's just not looking doable. Crad comes through the lower tunnels. They're watching even for that. Axel, the man, the start of the round, has Hobbit to hold back from spawn side. Just one more kill, and they have done it. For the first time ever with this 5, they lift a trophy on LAN. Finally, they get a championship with this roster on a LAN event, Hawker. All of their successes have been online, and they call them onliners. Certainly, I think they have a lot of work still to do on LAN, but they've at least got an event under their belt moving forward. And hopefully for this Gambit roster, the first of many to come.
That was always what Gambit came into this event looking for. They knew they were the favorites.
Taking to the trophy, Gambit are the champions of the V4 Future Sports Festival 2021. The heroes and champions in Budapest.